walking around, but this service level is the first level we're going to go on. And if there's anyone doing construction, things like that, it'll be happening on this level most likely. So just keep your eyes open for golf carts and moving objects. We might have to move to the left or the right. This hallway right here houses a lot of our main operations. So a lot of our staff, full-time staff employed throughout the season, has offices at the NovaCare complex, which is down the street. Here we have our ticket sales and our event operations. So we have a lot of events here other than Eagles football games. We have Temple football, all of their home games play here, and we have concerts throughout the off season. We had Metallica concert, we've had Kenny Chesney in the past, we've had Beyonce, we just had U2 on Father's Day. That was our most recent concert. So all of that takes place. The event operations people work behind those doors.
This is an Eagles tour. It's Lincoln Financial Field. We're taking a tour. Places where people normally don't really go, I guess.
Snapchatting this?
No, it's YouTube.
Oh, cool. I didn't eat anything. You guys didn't feed us. We have chips for the way back. The way back?
It's in like an hour and 30 minutes.
Is there like a food court? I can buy this like that.
Is that $5?
I am having a worse day.
If I buy anything, I have $5.
So this is merchandise. Behind that big, what looks like a huge garage door, we house a lot of our extra merchandise. So the merchandise is upstairs, and a lot of this stuff is probably new merchandise that we're getting ready to put on the shelves. So we house it down here so that during the stadium they can just bring up a new clothes rack or whatever. It's all organized down here. A lot of our different employers, different groups of people that work come down here. So we have security that comes down here. We have our food services. We have our game day event staff, employees, and we all check in over here, which I'll show you in a minute.
No, I understand.
There you go. Yeah? So we have 3 tunnels to access the field. This is the first tunnel. It's called the cheer tunnel. We'll be going out the Eagles tunnel. But if you stop right here, I'll tell you a few things about this. That's the outside through there. So we have concerts and events. They bring all of their equipment in through that door right onto the field. So when U2 was here, Beyonce, Metallica, all of those people, they park anywhere from like 15 to 25 big 18-wheelers out in that parking lot. They have all kinds of equipment that needs to come in for their stage. They have opening acts, all different people, and they bring it in straight through here onto the field. This is the cheerleaders' locker room right here, and Swoop's nest is behind that door. Swoop is the Eagles mascot. So when they are coming out onto the field for games, they come out right through this tunnel, and they have access right to the field. This is employee check-in. So during events, I'm part of the game day event staff. I'm usually an usher. So we come down through here, we go through the same security that all the fans go through. We check in at these kiosks, and then we're deployed to our location. So we have Apex and CSC, they're both 2 securities. We have our game day event staff, we have our merchandise staff, and our food vendors that all come down through that.
What about media? Is media coming in there?
Media has a separate entrance. All right, if you guys move to the side.
Writers and newspapers and TV.
That's a good part, man. Can I get a ride? Give me a ride? Oh. Ignores me.
So all this area, guys, we're in right now, if you come to an Eagles game, these are areas you do not have access to.
Yeah.
Regular fans do not get into these areas. Unless you have like a special all-access VIP ticket, which are really hard to get.
Well, obviously.
Just be careful where you're going.
Guys, look, electrician shop, I mean, they have actually
Alright, we can wait right here.
responsible.
This stuff right here is a lot of what Aramark uses. Aramark is our food services. So that's where they keep a lot of their food. We take the elevator, we'll see a service elevator later on. And that's where we take a lot of the, how they get the food up to the different floors of the stadium. We do a lot of recycling here. So a lot of that is done down here. Everything's composted, recycled. We actually have a Go Green team that sorts through every bag of trash and puts the recyclables in one spot, the stuff that can be composted in one, and that is what makes us have such a high rate for recycling.
Guys, did you hear their food service? What's their food service? Aramark. Do you know who Nishani's food service is? Aramar. You guys, your lunches are come from the same food service as Eagles.
Stay back, buddy.
So that pizza you eat every single day at lunch is actually probably some of the same pizza they serve here at the lunch.
Oh, I do that. I want it from here. I want it Italian.
Huh? Yeah.
Game crew, is that referees?
That's literally what I do.
Yeah,
I have 52 minutes.
Yeah. There are official entrances around the corner, yeah. Alright, so right here, this is security. A lot of our security takes place down here. We are under security all throughout the season. There's not just security here on Eagles game days. It's actually secure 365 days out of the year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When, like today, there's not many people here because their main offices are closed for the July 4th holiday. But during a season or even during the regular week with a lot of people, you'll see a lot more people walking around. You'll see more cars in the parking lot. So security has to be here no matter what, whether there's going to be one person here or 70,000 people here. So this is the visitors tunnel. It's the second of the 3 tunnels I've talked about. The officials' locker room is right there. That's where the officials for the game, the referees, they have their own personal locker room. It says on the door, positively no visitors. That's an NFL rule. So even employees of the Eagles or Eagles players, visiting players, no, absolutely no one is allowed in there. That is to keep the game, to keep them from being persuaded in any way, to make any kind of bribes or anything. It's to make sure that stuff does not happen. The visitors' locker room is over there. There's not much to see in there. I've actually never been in there, but I've been told it's not much more than a high school locker room. The Eagles' locker room is what we'll see. One cool thing about the visitors' locker room is one of the first visiting teams that came here, one of the guys was being funny, I guess, and decided to sign the wall because it was brand new and it was white. So they were afraid, oh my gosh, we have to, do we paint over? Well, instead, they just let people sign it. So there's a wall in there that has autographs from Warren Sapp, Peyton Manning, all kinds of different people who have come to play. So that's a cool, fun fact of that room.
One of the players, guys. Starting quarterback.
All right, we can wait right here. So that door right there that you see the yellow sign on, that is where the players get x-rays. So if you're ever watching a game and you see someone gets carted off the field and they say they're going to take them to x-rays, that's the exact route they're going to. So the benefit of that is if it's not something serious, they're able to get back out and go right on the field. If it's something serious and they need to go to the hospital, we have ambulances here that will take them to one of the local hospitals in Philadelphia. Temple Football is one of the universities here in Philadelphia. They have all their home games here, so they have their own locker room. There's 74 lockers in there because high school teams are allowed to have more players on a roster than an NFL roster. Any questions so far? All right.
That was only like 20 minutes. For us, it's an hour and a half.
Whoa.
All right, you can
Looks
go
like
in
a
and
class
take a
room.
seat. Have a seat in one of the seats up front.
I swear, I'm not going back to school this early. This, if I had, I would be like, this is exactly
Have a seat in one of the
Has rubber bands on
It's on paper. Test.
You don't mind if I record,
Does
right?
anyone know what this room is called? Good job. Good job. I know. You guys looked at the sign before you came in. This is the home interview room. There is also a visitor's interview room where the visiting team interviews. What takes place here is the starting quarterback and the head coach of the Eagles come here. This podium is set up right in the center, and this is where they answer questions to the media. Who knows who the starting quarterback is for the Eagles?
Carson Wentz.
Good job. How about the head coach? Someone else. Do you know? Anyone else know the head coach of the Eagles? Do you know? Go ahead.
Wait, it's Doug.
Doug.
Wait.
Starts with a P.
I don't know.
Doug.
Anybody heard of him?
Peterson?
Yep.
Oh, wait.
So by NFL rule, the head coach and the starting quarterback have to come out and speak to the media. So the media will be sitting in the chairs just like you. The media means people who work for a news station, a newspaper, a TV station, a radio station. Those people are sitting in those seats, taking notes, recording it on their devices, and they ask the player and the coach questions about the game. A third person can come out. It's not mandated by rule, but it's usually like a star of the game, someone who made a game-saving play, someone who scored a lot of touchdowns. They can come out, they can answer one question, they can answer 20 questions. It's completely up to them. There's no rule on whether or not they come out. There's a cooling down period that takes place for about 10 to 11 minutes after the game ends. So no player, no media has access to the players or coaches during that cooling down period. Because as you know, if you watch football, if you've played football, your energy is at a high level. You might be really excited, you might be really upset, depending on the outcome of the game. So that little break gives them a chance to cool down, take a shower, relax, do what they need to do before they are bombarded with questions from the media.
So it's mandatory that the starting quarterback has to come out here.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting, isn't
Yeah.
They have to come. The coach has to, and the coach has to.
And the head coach and the starting quarterback.
So that's probably in the starting quarterback's contract. So he signs a contract for his salary. You know, like Carson Wentz, he makes, I don't know, probably like $10 million a year. And in his contract, it's probably written that he has to come to the interview because they take questions. It's probably for a certain amount of time too. It's probably 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever.
Question.
If the starting quarterback gets hurt.
Yeah, then, so most likely it would be the quarterback that took his place would come and answer questions. And if by chance someone else started the game, if something happened to Carson Wentz and then the next game, Nick Foles is back as the backup quarterback, in case some of you don't know that. A lot of people ask that question. He's not on the team anymore. No, they re-signed him to be the backup quarterback. So if he were to start the game, he would come answer questions if he was the starting quarterback that game.
As you can imagine, the starting quarterback walks in this room probably either his head high or his head low, right? Just think if you got Eagles lost 45-10 and the quarterback 6 interceptions. How bad would it be to have to come in here and answer questions, right? Or the opposite.
Yep. And this room is usually full, so we'll see the press box later in the tour, and there's over 200 seats in there. Here, there's maybe 60 to 80 seats. So what happens is that door is locked, just like it was before we came in here. And the media will stand up, line up outside the door to have access to sit in the front row like you guys. And once the seats are full, that door is locked. So they keep it a professional environment. And the media, if there's more media that want to come in, they have to wait until this is done. Then they have access to the locker room, which we'll go to next.
So remember, guys, the home games are usually on Fox or NBC Sports, right? On like the low channels. But if after the game, if you have Comcast Sportsnet, if you change to Comcast Sportsnet, you'll actually be able to watch these interviews. It's on TV. So if you watch an Eagles game this year, make sure you tune in to Comcast Sportsnet after the game, and you'll be able to actually see the interview in this room, which you guys were at, which is pretty cool.
Yep. So Rico, this room is sponsored by Rico. The home press conferences are sponsored by Rico. If you're watching and it looks similar to this, but it says Toyota, that means they're at the NovaCare complex, which is down the street. And if you're watching and it says NRG, that means they're on the road. They actually take banner with them so that when they're playing the Giants and the Cowboys and the Redskins, they can put this banner behind them and portray the Eagles logo and NRG's logo.
And those companies pay serious money just to have just this Rico right here on this tarp to be played after every game, and it to be behind the players, probably millions of dollars just for that. That goes right to the Eagles. They make copiers.
So if anyone wants to take their picture in front of this or get a group picture or friend's picture, whatever you want to do, just do not touch the banner because it could fall. It's
All
never
right, group
happened.
picture.
But if anyone wants to take a picture of your...
Yes.
Summer pass.
Harley, go ahead.
Summer play.
2, 3.
Okay. You can.
1, 2, 3.
What do you guys do?
Basketball, sports. We went to the park. Probably like one way.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, just don't record the boring stuff because there's exciting stuff. You know, like walking in the hallway, you don't need to record that.
Yeah, I know.
Because you'll run out of space.
I was like recording our whole entire conversation. That was pretty cool. I was like recording the other stuff, like the what was it, the locker room thing, like a fun fact.
All right, if everyone can follow me. Just wait right here, don't move.
This is it.
All right, do we have everybody? All right.
Listen up.
This is the Eagles locker room. Oh yeah. So, reminder of the rules. Do not touch anything. You may take as many pictures as you want. You may take video if you would like. We are in the middle of doing construction in here. So there are wires hanging, ladders, different equipment. If anyone touches anything, we'll have to leave immediately from the room. So just don't touch anything. We'll walk around the room and I'll point out some different things. All right?
Awesome. Not every tour gets to get in the locker room, guys, so
Yeah.
lucky.
What?
All right. So I'll wait till everyone gets in here and we'll point out a few things. Yeah.
No.
If you can all stay over here, we're gonna walk.
Charlie, over here.
Guys, come over here. We're gonna kind of do a loop.
Yeah, we're going to do a loop and she's going to say a couple things, guys.
So if you can all just stay over here. So right now, because we're under construction, the players' names are not on top of the locker, but typically they would be on the top. So Fletcher Cox's locker is right there. A lot of you have probably heard of him. If you move down along here,
He's also one.
Number 11.
careful. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure Fletcher Cox is the highest paid Eagle player.
So the locker, the players are by position. So the defensive players would all be along this wall here. All the defensive players would be along this wall to my left, your right. We come along here. Off the locker room, we don't have access to any of that, but it's like training rooms, coaches' offices, things like that. So through here, we don't have access, like I said, but the door's not usually open. But that's the training room, so you can look, but don't go in there. So, and watch these wires and everything coming down from the ceiling.
So the training room, like physical therapy, massage,
Yep, ice.
shower, ice, all that. Well, that looks like the...
The bathrooms and showers are behind there. Watch the cord, please. So then, as you go through 62. I'm not sure.
Yo, Sproles.
But
My boy.
Darren Sproles is right here. That's a favorite.
Wait, whose is this? I want to know.
Here's Matthews, guys.
Matthews. Favorite player. Except for number 11.
That's what I'm about to show you. Zach Ertz is right here. Watch these wires as well. And then this locker room right here in the corner is Carson Wentz's locker. So every starting quarterback who will ever play in Lincoln Financial Field, their locker will be that locker. So the quarterbacks that come before him and the quarterbacks that will come after him will have that locker. So that's kind of a cool thing. The starting quarterback always has that corner locker. The kickers and the punters are next to him, and the backup quarterback as well. They're on this wall here. Some other cool things about the locker room is the green clock that you see is the time of day. So that will always be on as the time of day, no matter what. The other clock that's not on right now has red numbers on it, and that's the game clock. So that will count down. If they had 10 minutes before they have to get out to the field, they'll see it. If one of the players is injured and they're in here and they want to know what halftime is, that will count.
Yo, Seth, this is so cool. Huh?
I've been in here before. So they, in the off-season, they'll have events down here, corporate events and stuff like that, so they'll have tables and chairs and
Stop. I will. That fucking drop kick here, dude.
Fun? Yeah. All right, come on out this way. Oops, sorry, we'll be right now.
Ew. What did just drift on me? Freeze.
That's probably like the guys that help with the balls and stuff like that on the field. All right, so this is my favorite part of the tour. This is the Eagles tunnel, okay? So we just came out of the Eagles locker room. As you saw, there's different exits. There's a door over here that the players come out and they come onto the field. So these black curtains will be closed during a game day, and around the corner there's another set of black curtains. So this is exclusive access, players only. There's a tunnel club, which you'll see in a minute, that fans have access to. They're inside a little room and they get to see the players run on and off the field. Other than that, this is players only. So I'm going to put the music on in a minute that you'll see, but I want to show you a few things, tell you a few things, because you won't be able to hear me over the music. As you walk down, you'll see on the right side 3 championships, 1948, 1949, and 1960. The Eagles won the NFL championship. There was not something called the Super Bowl back then, but it is equivalent. They won the NFL championship. It was just not called the Super Bowl. Be careful there. So you'll see that along the side, and then you'll see other highlights of Eagles' great players. See if you recognize any of them. When we go around the corner, we're going to turn right. Look up. It'll say Fly, Eagles Fly, and it'll be all lit up. And then we're going to go onto the field. A reminder when we go on the field, you may stand on the warning track, but we cannot go on the actual grass. All right? So if you have your cameras, anyone that has a camera, I would put it on video mode, turn it horizontal, and get ready to record. Wait right here. Wait, why am I recording? Because
we're doing the same walk as the Eagles.
So the Eagles come out, there's going to be loud music and lights. You may walk, you may not run, but as soon as the music starts.
There is music. Is that like a lead?
Oh, she's put on the show.
Dope. This is dope.
Nah, man, no. My bad. What? Yo. I'm a true American. I'm an Eagle. Oh yeah.
Yeah, stop right there.
I thought it was going to be bigger.
It actually looks a lot smaller than it feels. Like, guys, this is like...
The stadium looks so... Is that just me? Yeah, look out. Oh, why does it look so small?
I'm recording it now.
Fake. Yeah, it's not a real field.
Remember, they just put it down.
This is the field. So, question. Do you think it looks bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
Funny, a lot of people say that. It is the same size field. How long is a football field?
100 yards.
Right. So whether you're playing in grade school, high school, college, or the NFL, football field's the same size. Some people say it looks smaller, and some people say it looks bigger. It's all a matter of perspective. The huge stadium, when this is filled with almost 70,000 people, you can imagine what the Eagles players are feeling when they're running out of that tunnel. You just walk through onto the field, and they got thousands of people screaming. It's got to be a really cool feeling. This grass is brand new. As you can tell, it looks brand new. Right behind me, immediately behind me, is turf. That was just put in a couple years ago because most of the players come in and out throughout this, on this surface, and the grass was dying a lot quicker, so they decided to put turf in. There's a patch of dead grass right in the middle of the turf. That will be real grass once the season starts. Does anyone know why that's there? So that patch right there. Why do you think there's grass? Right, the player's bench is right next to it. So why would there be a patch of grass?
I think it's for a specific player.
Which player needs to practice on real grass on the sideline?
Kicker? Yes.
There you go.
So you will see, if you're watching a game, you'll see a guy kicking the ball into a net. That's exactly where he's doing it. The reason the grass is there is because the surface of the turf and grass are very different. So if he was practicing on turf and then went out to kick the ball on real grass, it might mess up his technique. So he needs to practice exactly how the grass is Kentucky bluegrass, and it is.
That's kind of gross.
And then we re-sod it once a year, and it is part of Kentucky bluegrass and any questions about the field?
Look at the top, dude. I want to try to set up the top.
Yeah, I was inside one of your
Yo! The special rooms. All long. Guys, this is awesome.
We actually have a soccer game here on July 19th. So that's coming up. This field will be painted. It's a concrete and a gold concrete game.